Alright, let me wake you up. Let me wake you up to something real quick. Let me show you something. I've been telling you guys for a while. See, President Trump, well, used to be President Trump, was the initiation for being shadow banned, taken off social media, being sensitized, being First Amendment rights being taken away from you. I've been talking about this for a while. Well, I want to let you know this. I've been banned off my biggest page that I sold so much of God's time with on social media, on Facebook. I like to call it, that's what it is, on Facebook. Started there in about 2016. And I'm probably put in, if you just do the hashtag the wake up call on Facebook, just put in hashtag the wake up call, you'll see I done probably put in about 2,000 videos from then to now, and I've been shadow banned off of there. I can't go live ever again, been kicked off. The only way I can get these videos out is do pre-recordings like this and put it on the platform and upload it, and the Lord do the rest. Same thing on my other personal page, same thing, shadow banned. I'm putting this up on YouTube. For the ones that are listening, I am putting this up on YouTube. YouTube has not done that yet. I am on TikTok as well. Understand this. My YouTube channel, I'll tell you that right now, is Ramon Street Preacher 904. That's Ramon Street Preacher 904. Matter of fact, while I have you, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So then there's no excuse on why you guys say that, hey man, brother, you didn't tell me, whatever. I just want to show you guys before I jump into the video here. Let me just jump in. Get myself signed in here really quickly. I ain't got to worry about you getting my password because that's not going to show. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys my YouTube channel. So there it is, Ramon Street Preacher 904. You can go over here, you can subscribe. Please subscribe, because this is the only way I'm getting videos out. I'm going to be going on YouTube full time. That's pretty much my goal. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to do different things to grow the channel. And the only way I can do that, I need your support. If you've been rocking with me, if it's on your heart to do so, do it. If not, God bless you. But like I said again, the Facebook page has been knocked down. A lot of us are getting hit, and we're getting hit heavy. So listen to what it says. Let's read the article here. It says, the First Amendment rights on social media. Is it being hit? Matter of fact, let's check this video out real quick.
Many people are complaining about being kicked off social media platforms, either because of particular posts or because of a series of posts. And the question arises, do you have a right not to be kicked off Facebook, Twitter, etc.? My name is Nadine Strawson. I am a professor of law at New York Law School, and for many years I was the head of the American Civil Liberties Union. So the answer to the question, do you have a right not to be kicked off a social media platform, is no. You have no such right. Many people are shocked to learn that the First Amendment free speech guarantee, along with all constitutional rights, only protects us against the government. So if the government interferes with your freedom of speech, you can bring a First Amendment lawsuit to challenge that. And that's true whether we're talking about a federal government official or a state or local government official. But guess what? Facebook, Twitter, the other social media platforms are not the government. They are private sector entities, and therefore they have no First Amendment obligation to protect your freedom of speech. To the contrary, they have their own First Amendment rights, their media right. So just as the New York Times or CNN or any other traditional media platform has no obligation to host your particular message, the same is true for social media. And this is of great concern because, as a practical matter, the social media have become the dominant platform for the exchange of information and ideas. In fact, the U.S. Supreme Human Rights Agency
So with that being said, if that's the case, which it is, then why are people like me still being censored? why are we being kicked off? Is it a coincidence thing? Should we be kicked off? Why are we being kicked off? Well, she just told you. In New York Times, they say that this is what the agenda, this is the deal. So, if we have rights to not be kicked off, then why are we being kicked off? See, here's the thing. A lot of us don't want to take our time to do the due diligence to understand that sometimes, you can be sowing seeds into people for so long, or doing things for so long, where the Most High God will say, okay, hey, listen, that was then, but this is now. Now is time for elevation. There's time for another move. There's time for you to do other different things. Now, is that the case? Somewhat, could be. But, like I said at the beginning, if they shadow ban and they take this brother off due to speculations of him, at the Capitol building, blase, 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 if he does that, then that's the reason for them to do it. But neither here nor there. If we don't fight back, and if we don't understand that we have rights, see, a lot of us, even believers or non-believers, we don't take the time out to understand that censorship, the First Amendment of freedom of religion and speech. See, the freedom of religion is going to become a problem. Do you not know that if you claim to be they call you Bible thumpers or a Bible believer, a believer in the Most High God, and you prefer to hold on to biblical principles, hold on to end times, hold on to anything that is of that nature, guess what? You're going to be considered as a terrorist. Oh, brother, what you talking about? A terrorist? Yeah, you're going to be a terrorist. Christians are becoming terrorists. We're terrorists, man. It's time to talk about the violent Christian. This is what they're calling us. Christian terrorism. That they say Christians are becoming terrorists, white supremacists. They got white supremacy that's going on out here. They got all these things going on about should you or should you not be a believer. Let me show you. White supremacist. Check this out.
Here's the definition of white supremacist: a person who believes that white people constitute a superior race and should therefore dominate society, typically to the exclusion or detriment of other racial and ethnic groups, in particular black or Jewish people.
So that's a white supremacist. So they say white supremacist Christians belief systems. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters. I don't know exactly who that is. It's giving me a ring. But we'll deal with that later. There is so much going on in the rabbit hole right now. And this stuff that I'm talking about is just on the surface. But we got to go a little bit deeper. Super soldiers are being constructed. What? Super soldiers? Yeah. See, this is end time news. These are things I want to talk about because super soldiers are being put together. I'm going to share an article with you. Let me show you. Super soldiers in the military. Super soldiers in United States military. Check this out. The future of U.S. military super soldiers may be closer than you think. The universe will let some of their defense opportunities, get all this out of my way. Let's get that out of the way. The future of keep going. Alright, let me get down to the bulk of it. Technology is increasing and we are entering a fourth introductional revolution. This, what do you want? Yes. Bio-revolution. Emmanuel said that some extent were already seen in man of machine over many years in the use of pacemakers. Pacemakers. In some extent, we're already seeing mankind becoming more eminent with technology. See, transhumanism was part of this quote-unquote agenda, or quote-unquote super soldier. See, you remember the movie, there's so many movies that are out there. Arnold Schwarzenegger did a movie that was super soldiers, Bionic Man, and all these other different things. This stuff is coming into the fold right now as we speak, because again, I think a lot of us don't understand what the rabbit hole really means when they're talking about super soldiers. Check this out.
Wait. Before you scroll away,
Let me hit
you
that.
need to hear
Stand
this.
by.
Republicans across the country are moving fast.
So it sounds like something out of a movie, the threat of a bunch of human weapons with biologically enhanced capabilities. Pretty sure that's the plot line to Captain America. But the reality, we might be talking about Captain China. That's according to a new warning from the Director of National Intelligence about the threat from China. And by the way, a warning that has rare bipartisan agreement.
China intends to dominate the world economically, militarily, and technologically. They intend to be the world's superpower.
That's John Ratcliffe, of course, who is out with that new interview and op-ed. And the two leaders in both parties on the Senate Intelligence Committee say basically he's right, that China, quote, will stop at nothing to exert its global dominance. But here's the part of Ratcliffe's warning that is especially noteworthy. He says China's efforts include human testing to help develop soldiers with those biologically enhanced capabilities. And that is why, of all things, we are talking about super soldiers right now. With me now is Ken Delaney, who covers national security and intelligence for NBC News. Ken, really? How real is this? How far along is this?
As you said, Hallie, this does seem like it's right out of a Hollywood plot. But what we know is that the nation's top intelligence official says that the U.S. has evidence that China is conducting biological experiments on its soldiers to enhance their capabilities. And as you said, he said this as part of an effort to convince Americans about the dire threat to American national security from China. So I was somewhat skeptical about this claim, but when I started poking around, I found that private American military experts in the think tank world have actually studied this issue and written about it, and they have found that there is ample evidence that Chinese scientists are very interested in applying biotechnology to the battlefield, and specifically the CRISPR gene editing tool, which raises a ton of questions. Picture super strong commandos who can operate on 3 hours sleep, or a sniper who can see twice as far as a normal person. This is the kind of thing
Check this out,
the
man.
Chinese...
CRISPR technology. He just said it. CRISPR technology. The CRISPR technology is see, listen, I told you guys, man. We done talked about this. This rabbit hole was deep. CRISPR technology. Let's jump to it real quick. CRISPR technology. This rabbit hole deep, man. No, I'm sending y'all on a study, man. And this has been going on for a minute. So, what is CRISPR technology? Check this out.
I keep hearing that CRISPR is going to revolutionize medicine, the way we fight disease, cure cancer, and maybe even create new humans. And I agree with that. But I haven't been able to find great videos out there that explain what CRISPR is. They tend to be too complex or too simple. So I thought I'd throw another video into the mix. I proudly present... Like most things in molecular biology, CRISPR was first identified in E. coli. And if we break apart the acronym, it stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. Now that's a mouthful, but it does tell you the two main parts found in CRISPR. First of all, we have the repeats. These are going to be short segments of DNA, so 20 to 40 letters in length, and they're going to be palindromes. Remember, a palindrome is a sequence of letters that read the same left to right, like never, odd, or even. So we're going to have these letters that are palindrome. The reason why is that when you transcribe that DNA, you make RNA that forms these little hairpin turns. So we've got the repeats. Those are all identical, one after another, after another, after another, but they're interspaced. And so what's in the middle, we're going to have what's called spacer DNA. Now what's interesting about the spacer DNA is that it's not identical. Each segment of spacer DNA is going to be unique. And this puzzled scientists when they identified this back in the 80s and 90s. But in the 2000s, what they found is that that spacer DNA, that's the important DNA, matches up perfectly with viral, especially bacteriophage DNA. They also identified a number of genes associated with CRISPR. So these are the CRISPR-associated or Cas genes. Now those Cas genes will make Cas proteins. The Cas proteins in general are going to be helicases. Those are proteins that unwind DNA, and then nucleases, those that cut the DNA. And so the idea was perhaps this is an immune system for bacteria, a way they could fight their old nemesis, the bacteriophage. And that's exactly what's going on. So if we have a picture of E. coli, this would be the cell membrane and cell wall right here. This would be the genome of the bacteria. I'm highlighting the Cas and the CRISPR system. And so when the bacteriophage injects its DNA, what normally would happen if you don't have an immune system is this DNA would hijack the cell. It could become embedded in the genome.
I ain't gonna bore you to death, but you see this understanding about CRISPR technology. Brothers and sisters, man, listen. My whole point of doing this video is for you to understand that the enemy knows that his time is short. He knows that his time is short. And let's go into the Bible here. Now, if he knows that his time is short, we need to be ready. Listen to this. Let me show you here. Let's go to the Bible. Let's go to the Word. Therefore, rejoice, you heavens, and you who dwell in them. But woe unto the earth and the sea, because the devil has gone down to you. He is filled with fury, because he knows that his time is short. See, there's a war going on. Spiritual war that is going on. And if we don't understand that there's a war in heaven and there's a war on earth, and right now there's a spiritual battle that is going on for your soul. Do you not remember the campaign for Biden was something for souls? I can't remember what it was. That was his campaign slogan. What came in? You ain't hearing me. The campaign slogan. Well, let me show you real quickly. Biden's campaign slogan in 2020. Make sure I got it correct here. Because he had a slogan. I don't think I got it right here. Okay, here we go. I think this is it right here. Stand by with me. I'm going somewhere. I'm telling you, this is revelation, man. I just received this. The Father just downloaded this to me. Lord just downloaded this to me. Now, isn't this kind of odd that it's not there? Stand by. Funny how I can't find it. I'm telling you, man, I remember it because I did a video on it. There you go. Fight for the soul of the nation. Here it is. The battle for souls. Here it is. There we go. Thank you, Father. The battle for souls of the nation. Before they were running mates, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris both used slogans. Do you see what I'm saying to you? The battle for soul of the nation. Come on, brothers and sisters. I just read it to you. Therefore rejoice, O heavens, you are who are dwell in them, but woe unto the earth and the sea. For greater fury the devil has come down to you, knowing that only his time is short. And when the dragon saw that he had been thrown unto the earth, he pursued with the woman who had given birth to the male child. Listen to what is going on in the spiritual realm. There's a war going on for your soul. Do you not know that? Listen to what he says in Isaiah 44:23. Cross-reference to the same scripture. Sing joy, O heavens, for the Lord has done this. Shout aloud, O depths of the earth. Break forth in song, O mountains, you forests, and all your trees. For the Lord has redeemed Jacob and revealed his glory to Israel. Do we not see that there's a war going on for your soul? I'm sitting here right now, I'm studying Islam. I'm studying their unity. I'm studying their so-called free will. Because we don't know that there's a battle going on out here. And a lot of us out here just being cool, comfortable, and collected. There's a war going on for your soul. First Amendment rights, CRISPR technology, super soldiers. It's a war going on out here. Be ready, man. Kingcoming. Share it, like, subscribe. Shalom.